Dear viewers, welcome back to the show Deen and Dunia. As you know, this is a program where we talk about important issues and we try to find solutions to them. Today's topic is self-love. My name is Rahma Mustafa Goni and I have with me in the studio
Habiba Adam Abdullah, assalamu alaikum.
And
Abdul Rashid Abdul Fattah, assalamu alaikum.
Okay, self-love. I know if people hear about self-love, they'll be like, why do you want to love yourself? But it's very important because if you love yourself, it means through you, people are going to know that Allah has done magnificent thing by creating you. It is through you that we will know our Allah. And the thing is, self-love is not about being obsessed with yourself, me all the time, or being so hard on yourself because maybe you've gone through something and you'll be like, since I love myself, and then you're just going to be forcing yourself to get out of it because things take time. Then self-love in Islam, it teaches us to just be selfless and not selfish. It's not that, okay, you're putting yourself out there over everybody, you're going to match this, you're going to oppress this person, collect this, simply because you love yourself. So how do you love yourself? Let us know.
Loving yourself, like you said, is not just about being self-centered or being too self-absorbed. It's about loving yourself to the extent that you could show the attributes you're made of as a person, the beauty and creativity Allah has bestowed on you as a human being. But at the same time, self-love doesn't mean you should put yourself under constant scrutiny or subjugation or allow yourself believe that you cannot do certain things. Most of us find ourselves in a situation where we put pressure in our head to meet up to certain expectations or caliber or target or something. Sometimes it's the pressure that we put in our head that never lets us up. So in the course of self-love, we mean embracing yourself, your true identity, your true nature, in accordance to your Islamic values.
That's a huge misconception. When you tell people that they should love themselves now, you be like, you should learn to love yourself, learn to do good things for yourself. It's not like, okay, well, as far as this thing makes me happy, as far as it makes me well to do and all that, then people don't I think we talked about it when we talked about harmful pleasures. It's not, you don't do things that are wrong and feel like, because I love myself. You don't do things that are not in accordance with Islam and feel like, well, I love myself and that's what matters. There was this time someone asked me that what does it really mean to love yourself? So I was like, okay, you want to go out now, for example, and you're putting on, let's just say, t-shirt and trousers now, and then someone now says, or maybe your friend or your sibling now says to you that, well, this shirt doesn't really look too good on you. You can now be like, I don't care about people's opinions, I love myself and that's what matters the most. And truthfully, you actually don't, it makes you look horrible. But instead of you to now accept that and do something about it, that's what it means to love yourself. What it means to love yourself is to accept the truth and do something about it. Don't I don't know, grow on the option that because I love myself, I shouldn't care about what people
I think another way to look at self-love is, Islam comes and maybe the prophets come and say, this is halal, this is haram, maybe you shouldn't take alcohol, shouldn't smoke, you shouldn't do this and that. It's just teaching us to love ourselves enough to not to harm ourselves, right? So if people hear that, okay, this is not good, and they'll be questioning it. Definitely Allah has a reason behind that thing. So I don't know, people
sometimes self-love is not causing harm to yourself. Look at that, so many things that you hear are wrong are actually going to be very beneficial or are detrimental to your health. So why indulge in things that would make you harm yourself? And then at the same time, self-love should also apply to the way you love yourself, love your neighbor, or the things that you don't want them to be done to you, don't do to another person, because what goes around comes around. There is the law of karma too, if we apply it in our everyday life. And also the concept of self-love that we always misconstruct is having to say it's on vanity. Maybe self-love is spending on myself, You understand? And
don't
all
know
that.
is
We
that
forget
what
that
you
it's
mean by
also about
Ojiba?
building strong character, good etiquette, somebody that will make you add value not just to yourself but to your society,
Yeah.
somebody that the society would look as a beacon. Not necessarily, even not society, being a beacon does not mean you have to be popular or you have to be well known and all that, but somebody that people will look up to for the right reason, a character worthy of emulation.
And I believe lack of self-love can lead to lack of self-esteem or self-worth. For example, if maybe a particular parent will be like, I am the one to choose everything for this child. These children sometimes they grow up not having that self-esteem.
They're always
They will
waiting
seek
to seek for
validation from the
permission.
family. And if they do not get that validation from the family, they'll try to seek it outside. And if they do not get it from outside, they become miserable and they'll be like, huh, what is the meaning
What's
of
there
my
to live
life?
for?
And they do not
That's
love
why
themselves.
some people find themselves in toxic relationship, toxic
Exactly,
friendship,
because
toxic
they are
work
looking
environment.
for that love.
Okay, I don't understand, even if you are at a job where you don't like what you're doing, you understand? But sometimes I like how people turn passion to profit. Sometimes people will be in a job that they don't like what they're doing, but they keep pushing, you know, that thing keeps making you miserable. Love yourself enough that, okay, maybe it's a means of livelihood or it's sustaining you and all that. Yeah, you don't have a choice, but at the same time, have like a guideline. I think when you put this thing in your mind, think win-win and begin with an end in mind, work towards doing something that you know would make you happy. If you are at a work or an establishment that does not make you happy and they make you go out of your way and you feel underappreciated, you have the right to leave. That is called self-love too. Love yourself enough to take care of
it's not
making
really
the right
about it.
decisions for yourself.
You see, the problem is not really about being able to do this. It's people who not understand that it is okay to do things for yourself. You cannot be in an environment where you are undervalued and just because of the attention that you get, then you choose to stay there. It's because
You're lying
it's
to yourself.
They don't get the love from anywhere else, especially with that instance of toxic relationships. There is no love. You're finding it hard to love yourself, and the one person that showers you love also treats you like you're trash. Once in a
That
while.
same person
And
will
Yeah.
show you that.
for the sake, because of that meager amount of love that you're getting, it now makes people unable to leave
go.
toxic, not unable to let go, and now they keep on staying there. It's affecting
You
them.
know, now that you said that,
staying there.
let me give you an example. Now you come and say, please Rama, let me have your charger for a moment. And then I check my phone and see that, okay, I have just 2% and maybe I have an urgent call to make. Then as a kind person, if maybe I'm not going to use the charger, I'll say, okay, you can have it, right? So, but when I check and then I have 2% and I need to use it, I'll be like, Abdul is going to think that I'm not a good person or something like.
Let me just give him.
Let me just give him. I know that I need it, but then I'm putting myself in an uncomfortable position just to please you, and that is what leads to what is called the people pleasing syndrome. Right, so you do not love yourself enough.
Inconveniencing yourself just to
Exactly.
please another person, and then that time is because you just want validation. I tell her the Kiki, she's a nice person. You understand? But
You know, there are some times that that it's good to do things for people, but not as in like it doesn't take so much away from you to actually do things for people. But when you are suffering, and then for the sake of I don't want them to look at me.
The problem.
The person might not actually look at. The person might be like, "Oh, okay, that's true. You actually have to use it."
The problem with people pleasing is that if I do the thing that you want me to do, it's not like I'm going to feel happy. I'm just going to feel relieved that I've done what
and
you
then you
wanted
will
me
not
to
go
do.
with a particular mindset about me home.
Exactly.
It's something as flimsy as looking for a pen in the bank. You understand that? We always go to the bank without biro. You understand? But you're always looking for somebody's pen. And I understand when you're writing and then you cannot give it to me. But when you're done, okay, let me just use it quickly and all that. Some people will not want to give you their pen because maybe they will just finish and
They'll
they'll
have a
forget
kind
to
of
pen.
pride.
Exactly.
My pen.
Why didn't you come with your pen? Common sense. But people lose pens. It's just something.
something so
But
trivial.
me, I don't take it personal if you don't give me your pen. You have your reasons. Maybe it's your lucky pen or something like that. You understand? But it's another thing that we fail to look at. You know, just the people pleasing needs to stop. Just because you want to please somebody, then you make yourself uncomfortable, you understand, but be in relationship or businesses or in marriages that would just, you're not happy, but you're just there for the sake of let them not say. Let them not say has become a major setback, a major problem in our society, and it's killing a lot of love.
Now, coming back to being able to love yourself, I think when you look at it, for you to be able to love yourself, you have to be aware of what you like and what you don't like. You have to be aware of the things that make you happy, the things that make you positively happy, the positive things that make you happy, because a lot of negative things can actually give you short-term happiness, and then after a while it still gets worse.
Yeah.
So
Come
you
back
need
to
to
that
actually
feeling.
settle down and look at the things that you want to do. Look at the things that will make you happy, that will make you feel fulfilled. Some people will by volunteering for causes, you know, with NGOs, it makes them feel happy, makes them feel fulfilled. They feel like,
Have a
"I've
sense
been
of
able
purpose."
I've been able to do this thing for this person. It makes you feel good inside, makes you love yourself more, because you now know that you are worthy. So it's not like you won't allow yourself to be pushed to the lowest limits, because you know that you are making a positive change in some.
And but then don't go into charity and you don't have
and
money.
you don't have money. There are
If
other
the
things
charity
that you
begins
can
at
do.
home, or your relatives don't have
That's
food
true.
to eat, you're giving to another
To another
person.
person.
You know, you need to look at those things, the merit and the demerit of those
There are
things.
many other things
Don't
you
go
can
into
do.
charity or start a foundation that you don't have money to sustain yourself to, or
Yeah.
to, you understand. But we need to be cautious of that, because
You know,
the
and
society
you
as
can-
complex
you
as
can
that,
go- you
we
can
forget
help
that.
with I don't know,
The little things you
street-
have,
street-
one thing at a time.
It
You
goes a
understand,
long
right?
way, yeah.
and all that.
Dear viewers, it's still the show Dean and Dunya, and the topic is self-love. Ask yourself, do you love yourself enough? We'll now take a short break and we'll be back. Stay tuned.